All right, let's get started on lesson 6. So you need to make sure that you have your packet for lesson 6 as we get ready to start. All right, we are going to start today with our Rick and Rack today with this ready to go. And I am going to push over, let's get this down, 10 and 20. So we have 20 beads. What would happen if I wanted to say, I want to go less 1 than 20. So here's 20. Less 1 would be taking 1 away. What does that leave me if I do less 1 than 20? Well, 10 plus 5 and 4 would be 19. So 20 less 1 would be 19. Let's look at 20 less 2. That means I'm taking 2 out. 20 less 2 would be 10, plus 8 would be 18. Let's go back to 20, and we're going to do 30 this time. 30 less 1 would be how much? 10, 20 plus 9 more would be 29. So 30 less 1 would be 29. Let's look at 30 less 2. 30 less 2 would be 28. I have 2 10s and 8 1s. So 30 less 2 would be 28. Let's take a look at 40. We're going to go skipping right up to 40. 40 less 1, think about it. 40, whoops, wait a minute, 10, 20, 30, 40. I need to do 50. I apologize for that. I slid one over and didn't pay attention. So 50 less 1. 50 less 1 would be, did you say 49? If you did, congratulations. 50 less 2. Think about it. Did you say 48? If you did, congratulations. Let's try one that's a little bit more difficult. We're going to come down to 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, and 70. So here we have 70 showing. If I said I wanted to do 70 less 2, 70 less 2, I'm going to subtract 2 out or take 2 out, which would give me 68. Are you thinking about how that works? If I had 70, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, and I was less 2, 2 less than what I started with, I would have 68. If I was doing 1 less, well, that would be 69. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60 plus 9 more would give me 69. If I wanted to add 1 more in, I would be back to 70. That's going to be very important to you today as we continue on with the other things that we are going to be doing. Okay, now we're going to practice some take away from 10. Taking away from 10 is going to be a very important skill that as a second grader you need to know. So if I started off with 10 take away 9, would you know what that was? 10 take away 9, of course, is 1. Why? Because 9 plus 1 is 10. If I did 10 take away 5, what would that be? Think about it. If you said it would be 5, you're absolutely right, because 5 plus 5 is 10. 10 take away 5 is 5. Thinking about your little number bonds. Think about those little number bonds when we do that with 10 in this position. 10 take away 4. What did you say? Did you say 6? Did you think of your number bond? We're going to continue on. 10 take away 7 is, did you say 3? I hope you did. These are some facts that you need to know. 10 take away 8. What would that be? Did you say 2? I hope you did, because 2 plus 8 is 10. How about 10 take away 4? We're just going to keep right on going. That would be 6, because 6 plus 4 is 10. How about 10 take away 3? 10 take away 3 would be 7. Are you thinking about that number bond? I'm just going to draw that one out. 10 take away 3. Well, I have to think about what would make that number bond, and that would be 7. 3 plus 7 is 10. 7 plus 3 is 10. 10 take away 7 is 3, and 10 take away 3 is 7. So you need to practice those take away from 10 number bonds and equations. Okay, now we are going to practice something new. We're going to do a new number bond. We're going to start with 30, and I want to take out 10. We were taking away from 10 just a minute ago. This time we are going to take out 10. So 30, take out 10. 30, take out 10. What would I need to do to finish this number bond? What would I have to add to 10 to get back to 30? If you said 20, you are exactly correct. So our number bond just got a little bit bigger, but we're working with numbers that are still fairly simple. With 30, take out 10, leaves 20. Why? Because 10 plus 20 is 30, or 20 plus 10 is 30. 30 take away 10 would be 20, and 30 take away 20 would be 10. So let's take a look at another one. I'm going to change this to 50. How is that going to change my take out 10? If I took out 10, what would that change that to so that my number bond would still be viable? I'm taking 10 out of 50. Think about it. Did you say that that would be 40? Well, that's pretty easy because 5 take away 4 would be 1. We're just working with zeros this time. We're working with multiples of 10. So if I have 50 and I take out 10, to finish my number bond, I would need to have 40. Let's try another number. Let's try 80. I'm still going to take out that 10. So if I said 80, take out 10, what would my number bond look like? Well, that's not too tough. Would be 70. 80 take out 70 would be 10, or 80 take out 10 would be 70, because 70 plus 10 is 80, or 80 plus 70 is 10. Let's try another one. Let's do 60. So if I took 10 out from 60, what would the other number in my number bond be? Did you say that it would be 50? If you did, congratulations. Excellently done. This will be very important to you in the lesson that we are going to be doing today. All right, so we're going to take a look now at a multiple of 10 take away a single digit number. Remember the exercise that we just did a few minutes ago? We're going to turn this into a much simpler problem so it's easy for your brain to think. I'm going to take this 20 and I'm going to break it apart into numbers that are easier to use. I'm going to take out a 10, because anytime you work with numbers that are multiples of 10, life gets very, very easy. Whoops, we're going to do multiples of 10. That would leave me with 10 here. 10 plus 10 would give me 20. Now, it's very easy for me to think about, well, if I want to take 9 away, I could take 9 away from this 10, which we just did a few minutes ago. 10, take away 9, and by the way, my friends at home, you need to make sure that you're doing all of these equations. I noticed yesterday on some of your exit tickets that you were only giving me the solution and you weren't showing me how you got there. So 10 take away 9 would be 1. Okay, so 10 take away 9 would be 1. So I just did this part. I just subtracted 9 away from 10, which left me with 1. Now I still have 10 that I need to deal with, but I don't need to do any more subtraction because I've already taken 9 out of the 20. So I'm going to do a second equation and take the 9 and add it to the 1 that was left after I subtracted, and I get 11. Therefore, 20 take away 9 is 11. This is what we are going to be practicing on doing today. So let's try another one. If you've got your whiteboard handy, you might want to work those with me as well. Let's do 30 take away 9 and see how that looks. So I'm trying to make this into a simpler problem, and if I break this apart by taking out a group of 10, I know that it will be very easy for me to do the subtraction. So if I break this apart, my number bond would be then 20 plus 10 is equal to 30. I'm going to start with this part right here and take that 9 out. So I'm starting with my equation. 10 take away 9, which we just did in the last problem, gives you 1. What do I have left that I still need to work with? I still have 20. I've already done taking out 9, So 20, add that 1 that was left after I took 9 out, and I end up with 21. Therefore, I know that 30 take away 9 is 21. Okay, let's try another one. Erase your board. Let's try another one, shall we? All right, let's do 40 take away 8. So this time we're going to be taking out 8. And again, I want to make this into an easier problem. So I'm going to break 40 apart into a 10 because it's easy to work with the 10. I already know my 10 takeaway facts. And that leaves me with 30 over here because my number bond, 30 plus 10 gives me 40. All right, so I'm going to start with this part of my number bond right here. 10 take away 8 equals, well, that's easy, that equals 2. I still have 30 that I haven't considered yet, and the 2 that I got after I took 8 out. So 30 plus that 2 gives me 32. Therefore, 40 take away 8 is 32. So I can make my problems more simple if I work with multiples of 10. All right, so let's take a look at a couple of others. Let's try this one. Let's do 80 take away 6. This is what we're going to be doing in today's lesson. And my friends, if you just give me a solution, I will not be happy. No, you need to show me the whole process because I'm wanting you to see how eventually you can get so you can do it in your head. But for right now, I want to see the steps. So I'm going to take 10 out because it's easy to work with 10, take away a number, very easy. That leaves me with how much in my number bond? Leaves me with 70. I want to start with this part of my number bond first where I'm going to take that 6 out. So 10 take away 6 equals 4. Okay, well that's an easy fact. We've been practicing that since we started school a few weeks ago. What do I have left that I need to work with? I have 70. I'm going to add that 4 in, and that gives me 74. So 80 take away 6 gives me 74. Did I make that problem more simple by taking out a group of 10, subtracting, and then adding in what was left? I'm hoping that you're beginning to see why that is an excellent way to help make problems a little more simple so that you could actually solve those in your head. Let's do one more, and then we'll move on. 60 take away 5 will be our next one. So 60 take away 5. What's the first step I want to take? I want to take out a group of 10 because it's easy to work with 10s. And that leaves me with 50 on this side of my number bond because 50 plus 10 is 60. I am going to start by taking out that group of 5 so that I'm less 5. So 10 take away 5, that's easy peasy lemon squeezy, is 5. What do I have left to work with? I still have 50, and I have 5 that I have not dealt with yet. 50 plus 5 gives me 55. Therefore, 60 take away 5 is 55. There you go. That's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to be breaking numbers apart into tens and others to make it more simple to add, or excuse me, simple to subtract. All right, so let's continue. So now you need to have your problem set. This is the problem set for lesson 6. And let's take a look at our first problem that we're going to be working at today. You're going to see that this is very similar to what I just did on the whiteboards. 20 take away 9 is what we're trying to solve. I have broken 20 into taking out 10. That leaves me with 10 to complete that number bond. Then I wanted to take that 9 away. Here's the equation to do that. 10 take away 9 is 1. I still have 10 that I haven't used yet, so I'm going to take the 1 that was left after I took 9 out and add it to 10. 10 plus 1 is 11. Therefore, I know that 20 take away 9 is 11. Okay, let's move on to this next problem. We have 30 Let's break it into taking out 10, which leaves me 20 in my number bond. We're going to start with 10 take away 9, which is an easy fact to do. 10 take away 9 equals 1. And what do I have left that I haven't used yet? I have 20. I'm going to add it to the 1 that was left after I did my subtraction, and I end up with 21. Therefore, 30 take away 9 is 21. Okay, continuing on, we're going to come down here to number 20, or excuse me, letter C, breaking 20 apart into 10 and 10. We're always changing that into a number bond so that it's easy for us to think about this part, which is taking 8 out. 10 take out 8 gives me, or 10 less 8 gives me 2. That's easy peasy lemon squeezy. Still have 10 that I haven't used yet. I'm going to add it to the difference of those two numbers and end up with 12. Therefore, 20 take away 8 is 12. Okay, I'm going to do one more with you, and then I'm going to have you try these 4 on your own. Breaking 30 apart, because I want to know how to make this problem a little bit more simple. 10 is an easy number to work with, leaves me with 20 to finish this number bond. 10 take away 7. I'm doing this part first. I'm going to take 10 away from 7, which leaves me with 3. Easy peasy. 20 is what is left on that. I need to make sure that I combine it with the 3, which was the difference, and 20 plus 3 is 23. Now, I want you to be sure that when you're working these problems that I see all of these steps. Do not skip these steps for right now. There will come a time a little bit later on in the process when you can do that. So you are going to work these problems and then turn the video back on and let's see how you did. So pause the video and then I'll see you back in just a minute. Okay, are you back? If you are, well, let's check and see how you did on those problems. So this was letter E. If you came up with your solution as 33, then congratulations, you did a great job. Did you remember to show me all the steps? Letter F, if your solution was 44, your difference was 44, and you showed me the steps on how you got there, congratulations. And on letter G, we have 74. If you showed me all the steps and you got 74, congratulations. If you didn't, you might want to go back, rewind the video, and watch again, and then try these problems a second time. All right, so did you end up with 85 for 90 take away 5? If you did, congratulations. I hope that you did, and I hope that you showed me how you got there. That's a very important part of this process for right now. Okay, let's continue on with this problem set. You are going to do problem I and J. If you're feeling comfortable, then you're going to do 2, 3, and don't do 4 just yet. We'll do 4 in just a minute together. So try these 4 problems. Pause the video, and I'll see you back in just a minute. All right, let's continue on and see how you did. Was your solution to I 66? If you got 66 and showed me how you got there, congratulations. And letter J, your solution or your difference should have been 58. And provided you showed me how you got there, congratulations to you. Did you finish this number bond? I hope that you did. You had to fill in the number bond and then you had to solve. Breaking this into 10 and 80. Did you show me all the steps? I hope you did. 10 take away 9, which should have been where you started. 10 take away 9 would give you 1. I still have 80 that I haven't used yet. 80 plus the 1 that I got from subtracting here gives me 81. Are you showing me these steps? If you are, congratulations. And on problem number 3, you should have had 44, showing me all the steps. That's very important. So now let's take just a minute. We're going to look at our word problem. Remember that you're going to use cubes as you solve this problem, and also read, draw, and write. Read, draw, and write. All right, so we've got Carla, who has 70 paper clips. I'm going to circle my numbers, and then she gives, oh my gosh, gives is an important key word. She gives away 6. I'm using cubes. I'm circling the numbers. I'm boxing the keywords, but I also need to underline the question. How many does Carla have left? And left would be another keyword. This gives and left tells me that this is most likely going to be a subtraction problem. So I need to think about, I don't have any extra information that I need to set up, but I do need to, or eliminate, but I do need to set this up and get it ready to solve. So I've read the problem and I'm about to draw what I need to be able to solve this problem. And I'm going to ask you to please use a I'm going to, as I said, ask you to use the bar model. So you're going to start by drawing a box. So I want to think about what I circled up here. Do I know what the total number of paper clips were that Carla had? Well, I think I do. Carla has 70 paper clips. So in my bar model, I'm going to say she had 70 paper clips. That's how many she had to start with. But then she gives away 6. They are going, gives away. She gives away 6. So I have to find out how many are left. Isn't that what I'm trying to figure out, is how many I have left? So I started with 70. She gave away 6, and I need to find out how many is left. So you're going to pause the video and see if you can't solve this problem by setting up an equation to help you with it using what we've learned in the other problems that we've done up to this point. So pause the video. Remember, this will be a subtraction problem. Are you back? All right, here we go. So did you start off, I'm just going to erase this so I have space to work. Did you say 70? That's what she started with. Take away the 6 that she gave away. Should give me what she has left. So I'm going to break 70 apart so that I can make this easier to work. Anytime you're working with multiples of 10, this is going to be a much easier process. So I took out 10, that leaves me 60, because 60 plus 10 is 70. I'm going to start with this part of my equation first. I'm going to take 10 away from 6, which is such an easy do. So 10 take away 6, 10 take away 6 is easy, because I already know those facts, is 4. I still have 60 left that I haven't worked with, and I have those 4 that is the difference. So I'm going to add those two together. 60 plus the 4 that was left gives me 64. Therefore, I know that 70 take away 6 is 64. So how many did she have left? She had 64. If you think about it, 64 plus 6 would give me 70, which is just another number bond. All right, hopefully you did well on that problem. All right, so now you are on the homework part of the page. I am going to have you work these problems. So you're going to be doing 1, 2, 3, and over to the next page, which will take you down to problem number 4. So you have a problem set that you need to complete, and then I'll be back with you in just a minute. We'll check and see how you did. Pause the video. All right, here we are back. Let's take a look at how you did on these problems. On 40, breaking apart by taking out 10, the number bond would be 30 plus 10. Congratulations if you got that right. This number bond would be 40 plus 10. 60 plus 10 would give me 70. 50 plus 10 would give me 60, and 70 plus 10 would give me 80. How did you do on breaking those apart by taking out a group of 10? Okay, here's what we did earlier in our practice. 10 take away 1 is 9. 10 take away 7 is 3. 10 take away 6 is, oh my goodness sakes. 10 take away 4 is 6. 8 take away 10 is 2. 10 take away 9 is 1. And 10 take away 5 is 5. How did you do on that one? Are you doing pretty good? I hope so. And here's the practice that we have been doing earlier today. Here's your sample that will help you hopefully solve this problem. Did you take 10 out of 30 and end up with 20? I hope you did, because then you should have done this part of the problem. 10 take away 1 is 9, plus the 20 that was left. 20 plus 1 would give you 21. Congratulations if you did well on that. Okay, we're continuing on with our homework. Here we go with letter C. You should have ended up with 32. And make sure you always show me how you got there with those two equations. Oh my gosh, look, this one I just did in my head. I just skipped right over it. Miss Star, maybe you should have shown me how you got there. Did you end up with 42? I hope that you did. Did you do this first, where you took that 10, take away 8 is 2? Well, there it is. And then I needed to use my 40 that was left. 40 plus the 2 that came out after I subtracted gave me 42. Make sure that you always show me how you got there. You should have had 53 for this one, provided you showed me your equations. 63, show me your equations. 74, show me your equations. 85, show me your equations. All right, let's go down to number 4. Show how taking 4 away from 10 will help you solve 30 take away 4. Well, that's easy because I took a group of 10 out, right? I took that group of 10 out, and that's an easy problem that I can solve. 10 take away 4 is 6, easy peasy. Left me with 20 because that's the other part of my number bond. 20 plus the 6 that I got as my difference here added together gives me 26. And if you ended up with 26 as your solution, well, congratulations. All right. Okay, so now, my friends, we are on to the exit ticket for Lesson 6. Lesson 6 is the exit ticket for Lesson 6. And you need to be absolutely positive that you have your name on it. That's very important, and the date that you actually did this. And you have 2 problems that you need to do to show your teacher that you understood what we were learning in Lesson 6. I want to remind you that you need to show all your work. You need to show it all. Don't just write an answer. I need to see how you solved that. If you're unsure of what I'm talking about, you go back and look at what we did today by showing me all of the steps that we did today. This is important in helping you get to the point where you can eventually do it in your head without those steps. So you're going to show all of your work on both of these 2 problems. This helps us to understand that you understand what the lesson was all about today. And then the only thing that you need to send to your teacher, please don't send all of the pages that you did. That was practice. We just want the exit page, or the exit tickets. Only send the exit ticket. So send the exit ticket. Exit ticket only that. Don't send anything else, and only to your teacher. We have so many things we have to look at. We just want to see how you did on your exit ticket. We'll be so happy if we see that exit ticket from you for Lesson 6. And you have a great day of learning.